Hi there, I'm Tracy Winter. I'm founder of Finally Find the One. And what I do at Finally Find the One is that I help people discover and overcome the underlying issues that stop them from finding love. I get them really relationship ready. And I teach them a new way of dating so that they can finally find the one. And welcome to today's video. And what I want to share with you in here are the 3 areas of life that you will need to focus on if you want to find love. And when I say finding love, I don't just mean any ordinary love. I don't mean just finding a boyfriend or a girlfriend or just dating to see how it goes. I mean, you need to focus on these 3 areas if you want to find the love of your life. If you want to find love that lasts a lifetime, then these are the 3 areas to focus on in order to get you there. So what is the first area? Well, the first area is discovering and overcoming all those underlying issues that are stopping you from finding love. Do you have any? Yes. If we're adults and we're a human, which I assume you are, you're watching the video, then we have underlying issues. We all have them. There's nothing wrong with them. We've had them for a very long time. But the only thing about them that is not cool is that we don't know that we have them. We generally do not know that we have any of them until we actually can do some work to discover them. Now, what are some of these things that I call underlying issues? Well, first up are our beliefs. You might have done a bit of belief work before, you may not have, it doesn't matter. We've developed beliefs around love, around men, around women, around relationships. From a very young age, we have developed these beliefs. And if these beliefs are negative in some way, which normally they are, then yep, they're going to stop real deep love from happening. And some of these beliefs can become so strong that they actually become a commitment that is tied to our heart. I had a commitment all of my adult life, really, that, I was meant to be alone forever. And my commitment was to keep myself alone. So, of course, is that going to stop me from having a relationship? Oh, yes, it did, until I worked on it. Until I uncovered it. I didn't even really know it was there to start with, of course. But when you do uncover it, then that's when you can start to get over it and move forward. So there's your beliefs, there's commitments that can be formed. There are also our fears. Let's face it, some fears we're aware of. We might be aware that we're a little bit scared of getting heartbroken. We might be a little bit scared of being rejected. We might even feel a bit scared of not feeling good enough for someone to love us. Or we might be utterly scared that we're going to be alone for the rest of our life. And I know that feeling so well. Well, I used to know that feeling so well, that's for sure. All those fears stop us from actually really attracting that person into our life. They stop us. Not only do they stop us, but they make us act and behave in certain ways that prevent us from finding love, that turn people off. So you might recognize these as self-sabotaging behaviors, because we can also self-sabotage our beautiful relationship that we could have just had with this wonderful person. They could have been it, but all of our fears, all of our beliefs, all of our commitments come up and help us to self-sabotage that love, which is what we don't want, which is crazy. And that's why really delving into this area deep inside of yourself is important. If we want to find that person, and not only find that person, but then have a really good, easy relationship with them going forward. The next area that we need to focus on is really getting crystal clear about the type of relationship that you need to have, that you have to have in order for it to work for you to feel happy, for you to feel loved, for you to feel content, fulfilled, satisfied. We have to work those out. Now, these are not the list of personality traits or attributes to a person or a partner that you would like to attract. Some of you may have done something like that before. The thing is that yes, if you use that and use the law of attraction and everything to get that person into your life, just because they have some of those qualities does not mean that they actually have the qualities that they need to be in that type of relationship that you have to have for it to work for you. So that's where it gets important. So what I want you to really do is have a little think about what it is that you really need in a relationship. What does a really good relationship look like to you? And that's going to help you to bring in the right person for you, because we can all get in the habit of attracting the wrong person. Am I right? For sure. Now, the third area I want to touch briefly on, and this kind of leads on from the second point, is dating in a really conscious way to find the right person. Now, if you have this list of all these relationship needs, so actually they're not relationship needs, I call them your absolute essential requirements in a relationship. If you have them, then that is going to help you look at a person when you're dating and see if they are actually capable of meeting those requirements in a relationship for you. So when we date, we can actually do it really, really unconsciously. For one, we can just go, oh yeah, I'll just date and see how it goes. That's never really kind of gets anywhere. We can also, if we find ourselves super attracted to someone, we start feeling the hormones, the chemistry's flowing, it's feeling really good, then we can tend to ignore the red flags that are shown in front of us. We might be shown that they're not capable of being in the type of the relationship that we have to have, but you know what? We don't really care, because oh my God, this person is amazing. They make me feel so good. You might recognize that. You might have done that a few times. Who knows? But what we need to do is not get swept away with those feelings, because what will happen, you can get swept away with those feelings and you can start the relationship with the wrong person only for it to end. It was destined to end anyway, and go on and do the same thing with the next person, and it can keep you in a big, vicious, deep cycle. So we have to be really conscious about the way we are on dates, who we choose to move forward with. So they're the three areas. Now, you don't have to have all of them down pat. You don't have to have everything worked out in order to find great love. You don't. I don't think it's actually possible to. But if you can have a look at each of those areas, have a look at what your fears might be. Have a little delve into what kind of unconscious beliefs might be stopping you. Having a look at the list of things that you need in a relationship, and choosing to date in a really conscious way is going to give you one huge big step forward towards that perfect person that you are really desiring right now. And if you want to find out more about this, if you want to hear more from me or how to work with all these things in these areas, then please visit my website, finallyfindtheone.com, and please subscribe to receive my emails, because that way you will not miss a thing. Because even though you might not believe it right now, I know that you can and you will find love. Bye for now.